Good evening, everyone that is out there. Hey, it's Dadman Walking 55 at 8 p.m. on the East Coast Eastern Time Zone. Welcome tonight. Kind of an unscripted night to have some fun, to just talk about some things, maybe hit a few weird news stories that I can find. Just do something a little non-Fortnite-ish tonight. So kind of spice some things up. Do a little bit of laid back stuff tonight. Hey, we can talk things within, that are cool to talk about. Uh, we can talk sports. We can talk about food. Love food. You know that. Hey, we got, we can talk theme parks and stuff like that too, all you want. But we'll get to a lot of that and just see what's going on with everybody as we go on this adventure together tonight, and hopefully have a little some time together and have some fun and see where we go tonight and lay back and go for the ride. So I greet the people in the chat already. We got 3 of y'all here. We got 5 watching, but hey, I always have to say hello to the great and glorious Mrs. Dadman Walking 55, without who this is not possible, and I cannot afford her, even in Amazon bucks. So, but hey, thank you, dear. Thank you for all the hard work you've done. And here's a newbie to the channel, the new subscriber, Yemi. I know Yemi. I won't tell you how, but I know Yemi. Yemi knows me. Great to see you tonight. The only thing is, one thing we don't talk around here is accounting theory. That no straight line depreciation, no stuff like that. We're out of that. We're out of that. Absolutely. And I'm glad to see that it's working for you here tonight. Hey, that's cool. Glad to have you, and always glad to have this guy here, Mr. Theme Park Guy. I consider Theme Park Casual. Great guy, great content he does. I love the videos at night he does, especially like at Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm. Some amazing work. Go check him out too. Look up his channel on YouTube. Great guy, great streamer. Very laid back and chill, and loves food too. The food pictures he sends and tweets out are just amazing. Well, Yemi, I can send you the link, and you can come in and talk all about Gatsby 87 and what you learned this year. How about that? Oh my gosh, we'd lose our audience within 5 minutes when we started talking that stuff. But yay, but it's all good. How are y'all today? Type how y'all are doing in the chat. We'll see where we go with the conversation tonight. I had a pretty long day after last night. Was at work probably over 12 hours last night and got a lot of stuff done. Went back Fortnited last night. Need to post some clips because of the misses. Because the misses, oh my gosh, last night's stream with Fortnite, you've got to go watch the misses. She ran that car over everything. She blew gas stations up aplenty, and it was insane to watch. I don't know if that, I don't know. Hey, Jess, welcome. Well, we love lurkers and working. Thank you. Glad you're here. I don't know if you're laughing at the food pictures or what exactly, but yeah, we all need a laugh tonight. And thank you, Jess. In spite of working, you do put out the links for me so much. And as she says there, go check out everything I do on the best way to find out is on Twitter at DadmanWalking55. There's the fervently emote. There's a link on Mark's channel with that, and another one where they go. Well, I hope to get some of my own shorts out there featuring some of the stuff I did when I died the other night in Fortnite, and I flew out of the truck like Superman and landed on an awning of a roof. So I've got to go find that, and it's crazy. And don't say the missus. Don't ever say I don't know how to drive. LOL. You know, you were very, very impressive with how you blew those things up. And actually, last night it was last night. She had a match where she destroyed 3 trucks, 3 semis, at least 3 taxis, and a couple other cars, and still survived the whole time before she was finally eliminated. That was an impressive feat of driving, lady. I tell you what, that is just amazing. Theme park, doing good, grabbing iced tea before hitting the road home. Oh, what? Right. So I guess, are you at work or at a park tonight? So yeah, get you a get you a good tea. But let me ask, is it sweet or unsweet? Just curious, because down here in northern Florida, it's all sweet. Go south of I-4, yeah, it's all unsweet. So and as Jess is also, don't forget us on the Twitch side. We also have a Twitch channel, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. They're all Dadman Walking 55. So there's plenty of ways to get to the content, and um, you know, hey, we're having fun. And there's also other videos that we've done exclusively to Twitch at this point. We have 66 followers on Twitch. We're at 136 now here on the YouTube side. So I tweet out to people, share it. We're only 14 away from 150 subs. No, I'm not doing another 24-hour stream for that. But I tell you what, going back to that 24-hour stream, that was a lot of fun. I will tell you, I was amazed that I stayed up all night fairly easily, I will say. Some people asked me the next day, how was it? And I know I can't really speak for the missus, but for me, it was a blast. I don't know whether it's just by having to run things. I had extra adrenaline that kept me going, or what it was. I really did not fall asleep. And even, see, I'm talking 900 miles an hour. I apologize that tonight. But even after it was over, it took me another hour or so to go to sleep. So it was a lot of fun, and really, I can't wait to do it again. I love doing that stuff. When the missus used to work, I've always been 8 to 5 day typical desk jockey job. She worked at a TV station, had overnight shifts, either from 3 in the afternoon to 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. or 7 at night to 5 a.m. So we were kind of crossing paths for a long time. But I always loved to go and stay with her overnight when she worked, especially the 7 to 5. There's just something I love about staying up late at night. When most people, normal people, are supposed to be going to sleep, that's maybe why sometimes I walk in kind of groggy to work the next morning. But you know what? Hey, just get some extra coffee or caffeine, and you'll survive. Plus, also where I work, it's never a dull moment with the people I'm working with now. So, but yeah, that was truly a good highlight of the weekend, and very productive. The 1 to 4 block with Fortnite, we had over 100 views. Was the single most watched time of the whole thing, the whole stream. If you look at the numbers, they're all pretty good. But it was interesting that overnight hour brought in new people, different groups of people. It was really, really interesting to see the difference between various times a day, and streaming when you don't normally stream. So let me go here with this. Finished work. It's a charged lemonade tea from Panera. Okay. All right. Well, that sounds good. You enjoy, definitely. Thank you for being here and helping chat and lurk, because like I said, really don't have an agenda tonight. This is kind of really a true chill chat tonight. Still may pick up a few things to talk about if we can find a few. And the missus hit with a 24-hour stream. She was tired the next day. Yeah. She was definitely ready when the stream ended. She was crashing. But it was great. And again, I could not have done that 24 hours without her. Especially a couple times when she had to come in for technical difficulties, because the Sunday morning we were having some issues with the game linking up and some other things that were unexpected, and a keyboard that went psycho on the number 2. As I DM'd somebody, a friend of mine that was coming on the show later, they had like 20 lines of 2s. So the 2 key got possessed, but fortunately, we had a backup keyboard, so need to get a backup monitor. So, but thank you to the missus there. And Yemi, yeah, I don't know how you did it. Impressive. I'm in bed by 10. Yeah, I know you are. That's the running joke. But that's why you can get to work at the crack of dawn, like at 6 a.m. Me, I like to come in later, but I have to stay later. So, but it was really, really good. Yeah, there's a lot to that stream that was rewarding, and hopefully, I would go back, be able to get some time and start working on some clips of that and some of the other videos. As I mentioned from our Fortnite, Fortnite I did a couple nights ago, when I was driving in a semi and they blew the semi up. Well, my character got knocked, which means basically you're almost dead. When he got knocked forward out of the truck, the semi windshield, flying, hunched over like Superman, and landed on top of an awning. So hopefully I can save that clip and get that, because it was really, really funny to watch the way I flew and how far I flew. Last night, though, the missus, man, she tore hell in that gas station. You see, that was probably the most impressive round of driving I've ever seen in Fortnite. So it was quite interesting. And hey, we got 8 people watching. Thank you all. We got 3 on the Twitch side. Make sure you follow over there. If you're on here on the YouTube side, make sure to like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And yes, Jess, yes, you're not the only source for food pics. Theme Park Casual loves posting food from the theme parks. Some very, very impressive pictures, I will say. Maybe I have to have him on sometime to show some of his food pictures. We can share food stories. And let me say hello to the great Pokemon master himself, Woopa Troopa. Hey, Woopa, how are you tonight? Hope you're doing well. This is kind of like, just like it says, it's a chill chat or something. So we're going to see where this goes. We can talk some football. We can talk some baseball if you want. Hockey this season. The doors, the floodgates are open, except we probably will keep it PG tonight. Oh gosh, but hey, Whoopa, good to see you. I hope things are going well for you. But yeah, this weekend was great. I think everybody that was here for the stream at different times, it meant a lot. It was a big thank you to all you guys that have gotten in here. The first 136 subscribers is a thank you. And, hope everybody had a good time with it. I know I did. Many of the people did. We had a lot of people on the panel playing the games, many that I play Fortnite with regularly. Then we also had some talk segments where we had some special guests on, like Lorena Creole, Ord's Board, Ash, Squeaka. The great Theme Park Casual came through with the running the best he could with it, what he could do in the situation, and that was awesome, dude. You rock with that in the field, and didn't let it stop him from dropping by. Culture Casino made a quick drop by, and Martin D with the C. Clobbering Times stopped by for a little bit. It was a great time to share with everybody and to talk with people. And it's been 136 so far. We'll see what we go from there. And my buddy Yemi. Any Florida man stories? PG rating. Well, I tell you what, I got another friend that's really the queen of Florida about Florida man stories, but I'll see what I can find tonight. So as we're talking, and now the master test that I have to go through is, can I talk and look up stuff at the same time without doing crazy stuff or crashing the stream? That's that's the key with me right here. So, but hey, we got 9 people watching. Hey, thank you guys. All right, let's go to the Florida Daily. All right, we'll take a look at one of them. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm not necessarily going. I might show you in a minute, but let me go ahead and tell you. Want a Florida man story? Here's a Florida man story. Okay. Man steals rings from one Florida girlfriend to propose to his other girlfriend, Volusia County Sheriff's deputies say. Yep, that's what the story is. So how about that? Florida man steals a ring from one girlfriend to propose to marry his other girlfriend. Volusia Sheriff's detectives have an arrest warrant for theft suspect who stole engagement ring and wedding bands from his girlfriend in Orange City, which is a nice little place to drive through, south of Palaca, and he's going to propose to his other girlfriend. So earlier this year, the Orange City woman came forward and told detectives she discovered her boyfriend was actually engaged to someone else. When she looked up the fiance's Facebook page, she noticed a photo of her wearing a wedding band and engagement ring that was identical to her own from a prior marriage. Wow. So then she found out they were missing. So, wow. About $6,300 value right there. Yep. That's a true Florida man there for you. That's a real Florida man story right there for you. So, but that's my God. It's so funny. Just when you thought that you'd seen it all, something like that happens. But it is interesting to see what happens in the state of Florida. Hey, but we're not the only ones. I mean, there are other states that have had their share of stories. I like to pick on Tennessee or Georgia, mostly because of their football teams. But yeah, Florida's a good state to get picked on. I know I have a friend that picks on Texas. California's always a good one to pick on. So, but and we did some of this on the stream the other night, talking about some weird news stories too. And that's kind of what we do here, a little bit of kind of mixing some things up with some things and food pictures and some good stuff like that. I have plenty of food pictures too that will make you blush at times. So let's see. But again, thank you everybody for being here tonight. And let me see what I can find now. I'm trying to look for a few other things that we got. But again, my thanks to everybody for coming by this weekend. It was a blast. It was, incredibly successful. More than I could have ever hoped for. It really, really was. So, so if you got, I'm trying to find some food pictures, but you know what? I'm going to pull something else up in the meantime, real quick. This is something I think I've showed it one time before, and you'll probably see it again at some point, but this was one of our adventures into Kentucky. This looks like something that's not from Kentucky, but I promise you it's in the middle part of Kentucky, but I would have never thought I'd seen this in Kentucky. Yeah, that's right. It's a castle. Not a fort, not an outhouse, but a castle. Go figure. And when I say the middle of Kentucky, I truly mean the middle of Kentucky. I can't even remember how we got there. I think it was in the southern middle part of the state, maybe over going towards the western part towards Bowling Green, possibly. But it was weird to see this out in the middle of nowhere. It was not marked. It was not labeled. It just, there's a castle somebody built out in the middle of Kentucky. And we got, I think, a couple other views of that. This is another view from, as we were pulling up to it. And oh yeah, this was another one up in Kentucky that we had. Dinosaur World. This reminds me of something we had here in town many years ago with a Goonie Golf that had a T-Rex with the red lights for eyes. Looked a lot like that, but it's still there. They kept it, even though they tore everything down and built up around it. They kept it here, but out in the middle of Kentucky, there you go, Dinosaur World. that was another one off the beaten path. Yes, Whoopa, you're Troopa. Everything is an outhouse if you're brave enough, or you dare me, or you dare me. Oh, that's when I get in trouble. When I get dared, you know. But you know, that's some of the things we got right now. I'm going to go talk again back to the um, the stream again for a little bit, but it was a blast. And what really amazed me was that some of the people that really hung through. There were some that hung out. I think hung through most of the night too. That's it's one thing when you're up and you're doing something or talking or you're behind the camera or whatever's going on, but to sit there and watch somebody for so long, that takes some patience, or they must be really interested, or you really like them or really support them. And so that's why when I say I really was happy and touched by um, the turnout, I really was, because it just amazed me that people would hang that long with us, and it's all good. Um, like I said, I'm just looking for a few things. I try to do a little bit more than just news stories. Um, so, but yeah, some of the pictures I have that are available are ones that you've seen before that we've had on other streams. But let's go back. Let's see if we can find another news story for now. Let's see. All right. Wow. Okay. Here we go. You want another Florida man story? Here's another Florida man story. Florida man on lawnmower hits cop car, gets arrested for DUI. Hey, Freddie, how are you? Uno, how are you tonight, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. And also on the Twitch side. Hey, if you haven't followed on Twitch side, make sure you do. A Haines City man was arrested and charged with driving under the influence after he allegedly crashed his lawnmower into a police cruiser. So he was charged with driving under the influence and refusing to submit to a DUI test on May 5th. Wow, occurred on US 1792 North. Wow, he must have hit hard. The officer was inside the building when he heard a loud noise come from outside where his cruiser was parked. So the officer noted minor damage to the back bumper of the car. So, oh man, in the report, he admitted he was drunk and hit the cruiser, but claimed he didn't cause damage. Officers claimed he couldn't complete the field sobriety test, and noted his demeanor ranged from laughing to aggressive. So, according to police's blood alcohol content was 0.241, more than 3 times the legal limit. Wow. So, it was that was interesting. Wow. Man, it's never a good idea to get behind the wheel drunk, even if the wheel is a Craftsman, Massey Ferguson, or John Deere. Ain't that the truth? So there's the mugshot. There's a story with that. So let's see. I'm gonna look for some more stories. Oh man. Okay, I got another one here, but this one I think of you whooping away. I know you're not. I say it's probably more me for the Squirtle. Florida man charged with breach of peace after allegedly threatening to unleash turtle army on the public, disrupting a police station and cursing at 7-Eleven customers. Man of Indian Atlantic, which is a small town south of, I think, Daytona, was charged with breach of the peace and misusing 911, resisting an officer without violence. He was arrested after reports he made multiple threats at various locations around the boardwalk. It's down near Melbourne Beach, calling himself the Saint, and by threatening people by saying his turtle army will destroy them. Okay, I've heard of being a Pokemon master, but this might be a little too far, trying to call out your turtle Pokemon to destroy people. So, go figure on that one. And the missus said, can get a DUI riding bicycle. Yep, exactly. You can. Yep, absolutely can. So, yep. Well, and one of the things that I want to say too is, go back, look at our other streams on both Twitch and YouTube, and look back at some of our older videos. We've got some show and tells where I've showed some stuff, some collections, and I don't know. This might be Woopa. Bring the Woopa army out. Okay, bring them on. Bring out the Woopa army. Well, if anybody could control their Pokemon, get them to perform, I know it'd be you. I know it would be you, my friend. The videos on our show, like I said, we've done some show and tells with some things, and I plan to do some more of those going forward with collection items and stuff like that. Now that we're through the holiday, once work slows down a little bit, we've done some of the detours with the dad bands with some of mine and Mrs.'s tours around places, and hope y'all get to check those out. Trying to do some different things. Planning on trying to do more stuff with the Atari games at some point. Kind of a different thing to, play some different games more than Fortnite. But, hey, Fortnite still seems to be the bread and butter core staple of entertainment that people will tune in for like crazy. One of the things that we did over the years too, I'm only finding a picture here or there just to talk in general. Who likes Star Wars? We can have a Star Wars discussion. We can talk Star Wars too. I will always tell you though, Darth Maul died. I don't care what they did with Darth Maul, spider legs and all, or Night Sister, whatever. He's dead. That's it. But I love that. But one of the things I want to show here is a picture of somebody we didn't meet personally, but we actually were in the audience to be able to watch them many years ago. Probably, Mrs. and you help me, if probably until the late 2000s, before 2010, maybe up until a few years after that, maybe up to about 2015. I don't remember exactly when. Disney down there at Hollywood Studios, MGM Studios, had something called Star Wars Weekends. And they were a very awesome time to celebrate everything Star Wars. They ran for a month. 1 year they extended for 2 extra weeks and included Father's Day weekend. Well, there were so many neat events with it that if you like Star Wars, you had to go. And increasingly, as time passed over the years, it got really crazy, really heavily attended, almost to the point where there's too many people going there for that. Some years we just went down to buy merchandise, even if we couldn't really stay for the weekend. We went and bought the merchandise that they brought out. Some of the things they did with it were like Jedi Training Academy, where the kids got to fight Darth Maul or Darth Vader. My kids like to fight Vader and got to fight him more than Maul. But one of the great things that really happened was the Father's Day weekend extension that I had mentioned. They actually had allowed fathers to come up with their kids to participate in Jedi Training Academy. And I was there for that and got to do it with my oldest kid. I will say it was a good Darth Vader because I had to look up to him, but it was really weird looking through seeing the eyeballs on the other side of those lenses. But it was fun. It was a great time. The kids played a trivia contest for kids. Also, I registered and played a trivia for the adults and actually won a. And I need to bring some of this stuff out and show it in one of the show and tells, but it is say about the size of a computer keyboard in terms of length, but width probably about 12 inches wide, maybe, of a die-cast metal Republic gunship, from the Clone Wars era. Die-cast metal. This was like a serious freaking prize. I'm like floored. And I'm going to ask this too, because I know we got some Star Wars people out here. Okay. What species was Orn Free Taa from? Or of what species was Senator Orn Free Taa? If somebody's got an answer, throw it out there in the chat. We'll have a little trivia here tonight, because that was the question that I won on. And it was like, it was kind of funny. I'm like thinking, okay, well, that's easy, and we'll go on. But they're like, you won. I'm like, what the hey? What the hey? So, all right. You can Google it too if you need to. Orn Free Taa species. So it was hilarious to watch. It was hilarious that I won. It just seemed like it was such an. That's okay, Whoopa. You'll be honest, I'm not good enough to. Okay, well, you can Google it if you would like. I'll give it a few more minutes and see if anybody wants to do it. But we met a lot of people at the Star Wars weekends, and I'll be honest, those weekends felt more like Star Wars than anything that's happened in recent years. I just saying it because maybe because it's prequel and original trilogy. I don't know, but it just felt more like Star Wars. It felt like a family coming together and celebrations in the park. You had the hyperspace hoopla, which concluded the day. It just was so much more to it. And when they discontinued it years ago, it was really, really sad. But in all honesty, it may have outgrown the park because it was so daggum big and crowded. They had moved the hyperspace hoopla from the back by the AT-AT walker out to the main center stage by the hat. And it just kind of, it changed over the years. And at least with my kids, we were in the ground floor when there were smaller crowds and you really could move around. It was like you could ride Star Tours a few times. It really was a really neat thing, and enjoy meeting the characters, even though it was blasted hot out there. It really, really was. But the kids liked that. But this is how crazy it was. Every year I was taken off in the summer. My boss thought I was crazy at the time. But go down Friday morning. We get there before park open. Well, one time we got down there, I think Aang was probably 2, 3, something in that area. 4. Ninja was about 6 or 7, a little bit older, and we're standing in line. And granted, at this point, we're there at about 7:30. Park opens like at 9. We're like 10 deep. Okay, at 7:30. Mind you that as time passed, like years later, at 7:30, you were back out in the parking lot waiting to get in. Okay. But this day we were there. Somebody comes up like, hey, do you want to be on TV? Or do the girls want to be on TV? They're like, yeah, sure. So that morning we got to get in early. What they did, they made the kids face up with Ninja was Ayla Sakura, her favorite. And Aang was Yoda. It was so cute. Still have the picture here. And because we got a great picture with Aang being hugged by Jedi Mickey, with Ninja's eyeballs just appearing over the top. It's a classic picture. And it just was fun. And just that morning, we were all interviewed on the local Fox affiliate, and they asked my Mrs. Why are you here? She said, to support my husband. It's like, I'm glad she didn't say more than that, but it was a good laugh, definitely, for the time. But then my oldest kid went on to national TV. I think it was called the Daily Buzz at the time. We never got to find video of it. God, I wish I would have been able to see the video, because here's like a 6 or 7-year-old talking to some 30, 40-year-old man, interviewing, just going toe to toe about stuff, sitting up in the chair. It was like, wow, that is, a proud dad moment of how, she did that. And one of the other things, hopefully y'all enjoyed that and hearing about those experiences, because they really mean a lot to me. And because, like I said, if y'all want to chat about something, I'll pull another news story or two out. But if y'all got something y'all want to chat about, please feel free to throw it out there. But what I wanted to share about, they always had character greetings, and they had the made up characters in the suits, but they also had actors from the movies at these, which was unique. And usually would have to go to Star Wars Celebration, the big things to see actors and stuff like that. But it wasn't. What was surprising, they had some big name actors too. We met Amy Allen, who was Aayla Secura in the movies, Daniel Logan, who was the young Boba Fett. People consider them minor characters. But once we got to meet the mighty Chewbacca, Peter Mayhew, and we also met this guy. If you don't know who that is, that's Ian McDiarmid, who portrays the Emperor or Darth Sidious or Chancellor Palpatine or Senator Palpatine, depending on which movie you want to refer to and depending on what you want to call canon. I'm going to stop with those few movies, and I'm not going to worry about what happened in movie 9. But this was awesome to listen to this man talk, and he used his voice acting a bit, and it just was really a cool day. And that's what made these type of events really, really neat, was being able to be part of these type of events, to see people like this that most people would never get. Because, honestly, going to Star Wars Celebration worked for us a couple times because they had it in Orlando where we could get to it closer. But, if you got to travel across country on things, it's hard to get to some of these things. Plus the expenses really, really rack up really quickly. So, but like I said, here, this is an example. We got to see the Emperor here. And this is on top of the stories, like I told the other night, how when we saw George Lucas at a celebration, we went out 2:30 in the morning. We didn't have to do anything like this for him. We got there probably 6. I think at that point, maybe the lines were starting to get crowded. So we ended up getting there a little bit early. And then, of course, we lined up for the show itself. We lined up, got there early so we could make sure we got a seat for that. So did he say execute Order 66? I don't remember, Whoopa. He probably did, but I don't remember at that event if he did. But it would have been, I know he did other things that they wanted him to do, but it was quite crazy. And see, here's another, and this is kind of what they did too, which made it neat. The signage. Disney was always good with the signage, like here. He did the Force Lightning. So he probably did say execute Order 66, but he did imitate the Force Lightning right there. So he did do some things there. So, and we had other actors that we met. Jeremy Bulloch was a very classy man. Boba Fett himself. Tamara Morrison we met there. So many others, and it was really, really those were cool days. Those were cool trips when they had it there, because they I'll bring out one more here too. That's not the right picture. Well, what I've got, some of these pictures did not translate well to conversion years later, and so, and let's see, let's go with this one. And there is Amy Allen, Aayla Secura herself. My daughter's favorite Jedi. There's McDiarmid, and I think this is D. Bradley Baker. I don't remember which one. I don't remember what his name is, but he was one of the voice actors of the Clone Wars series, and he was the MC for the weekend. And they also took turns having different guest hosts on the weekends at that point. Of course, you got Jedi Mickey in the back right there. So it was those were fun events we really, really had there, and good times. So what's up with you guys? I mean, I'm here talking away and having fun. I'm glad y'all are here. We still got 9 people with us. Share it out, tweet it out. Follow us on the Twitch side. Make sure you like and subscribe here on the YouTube side. But thanks for hanging out with me for a bit tonight. I just need to keep getting some water every once in a while. So hey, hopefully we'll have some more fun. Maybe we'll find some. Let me look for a few more news stories now. All right, this might be interesting to watch. Oh man. Okay. Exactly. Those were very fun times. Those were really, really fun times. So it was a lot of the best there. So, because if you really like Star Wars, it was definitely a thing to go to. And one other thing is, I think I said somewhere else, we saw the Doodle Bops. The Wiggles were supposed to be there one time, but we did not watch them. We could not make it down because of a hurricane or something else that happened. But we did get to see the Doodle Bops. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that song gets stuck in your head. But here, Dr. Love, Florida man who faked being a teen doctor, is arrested again. He's known as Dr. Love, was arrested for fraud and grand theft. He he made headlines after impersonating a doctor as a teenager and stealing from a patient. So that landed him in the bars, behind bars. Oh man. Okay. Wow. Okay. I think this one is the don't pull the rope. No, don't pull the rope, whatever you do. Okay. Well, Yemi, if you're still there, you wanted a Florida man story. I think this is probably the Florida man story of the night. Let me close that thing. Police, man steals gator from Florida golf course, tosses it around to teach it a lesson. A man was accused of stealing an alligator from an enclosure at Congo River Golf in Daytona Beach shores in July. Oh, there was one in Orlando at one point. He was walking along the road with the animal, and witnesses say they saw him swing it by the tail and try to toss it onto the roof of a building. Oh, man, before beating and stomping on the alligator, man. And he did it to teach it a lesson. Wow. Don't harm the gators. Plus, it's illegal to touch them and mess with them and stuff like that. Absolutely. But hey, let's see. Let's do something besides just Florida, man. Wow. I don't know. Sometimes. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll have to do this one more Florida man story. All right. Wow. Florida man tried robbing Waffle House with finger guns. I know where Madison County is very well, but a man was put in jail in Madison County after he decided to improvise during an alleged robbery. Witnesses told deputies that the man entered the Waffle House with a small dog, pointed his hands into finger guns, and yelled, "Get on the ground, y'all are getting robbed." So then he said he was high and drunk before grabbing some napkins and leaving the store. And they found him at his home where he admitted to robbing the restaurant of napkins. All right. Yeah, more Florida. Woo, more Florida man. Yes. Oh my gosh. That one was you couldn't deny that one or skip that one. That was too good to miss out on. So, but hey, it's interesting. Well, I'm going to talk about some other things for a little bit now because I'm going to preview for Friday night. Friday night, we're going to be having another pro football talk show on Friday night at 7, where we're going to look forward to something happening a few days later. I will not say the 2-word title of it because who knows what people are looking and lurking for out there. But there's that last football game of the year anywhere. Well, I guess maybe there might be a Senior Bowl or something after, but the last real game that matters coming up this weekend we're going to be talking about it a little bit, and we're going to be talking about some of our memories and stuff from those games over the years, looking back a little bit at the history, and just having a fun time about, what type of things you do on that night of that big game and stuff like that. So join us Friday night at 7. Clobbering Times is scheduled to be there with me as usual. We got a couple other guests currently scheduled. Hoping to show up, just making sure that things work out with them and their schedules, and look forward to seeing you there. So it's, back to football. If you like football, go back and look at some of my football videos during the year. They've don't use me for gambling, like I've always said, but you know what? We've had some good times this year with the football, especially with my good old friend Whoopa Troopa, who beat me one week. And here, I'll pitch you again a little more on that, Whoopa. You beat Florida Man. So, hey, free my mans. He didn't do anything wrong. Oh, the napkins and the fingers. I got you. But yes, it's been a lot of fun for football this year. We'll have to transition into some other stuff coming up this year. And, I've talked about a little bit of some things. Have not gotten into college basketball though this year. That's what's weird. I've not started watching it, and especially now we're in the middle of February. We're rapidly approaching the time of March Madness. So I might talk March Madness when it gets there. So I've got to start watching some basketball. Whoopa, are you on with some basketball for me later this month and next month? If you're keeping up with your teams, I got to get caught up to speed this year. I've been spending all my time on football and Fortnite. So, and women, and I'm just kidding about that. And that's just see if Mrs. Dabman still listen. But no, but yeah, it will be, it'll be fun. I always like my March Madness and stuff. There's nothing greater than tournament basketball. Yeah. All right. Sure. Yep. Absolutely. Well, we'll start watching and keep an eye on and figure out what's going on with things and get together at some point. But yeah, I love March Madness. If you've, yeah, she's listening. Nothing. It was, you asked me to check your hearing the other day, so I was just checking your hearing. That's all. Oh my gosh. Oh, but yeah. That's another thing with sporting events. Do you like, for sports fans that are out there, do you prefer watching games on TV? Do you prefer watching them at home? How do you like sporting events? Do you like going out to them, have them at home? Especially like this weekend with the big game coming up, is, most people can't afford to go to the Super Bowl. Oops, I said the word. Anyway, find me. But basically, parties and everything, and people have fun with that. That's one thing with tailgating and or doing home parties and stuff like that, is you can just hang with friends and save some money, and have a good time that way. Or do you like going to the games? I will tell you, I'm a combination of both. Depends on the event. I really, really like going to NCAA tournament games. We've had the tournament held here a few times. There is nothing like the thrill. Well, the only thing you can beat it is a 24-hour stream you put on. But there's nothing like getting up about 9 in the morning, getting to the games about noon, and going all the way till after midnight. Friggin' nothing but basketball back to back to back. And then, it's elimination. Hey, Castle, welcome. Hey. Yeah. I ended up moving ahead of the time also. I was originally going to go at 9, started yawning, so I figured, hey, might as well start at 8. We got back from dinner earlier than I had anticipated. So glad you made it, though. This is kind of like an open forum night, Castle. So we're talking sports, we're talking food, we're talking about some Florida Man stories and stuff. I mean, if you got anything to throw out, we'll talk about it. Kind of chatting with the chat tonight in a way. And then, of course, Whoopa jumped on that. I'd be keeping up with the women. I don't know why they keep running away, but dumbass, just keep on trying. Never give up. I will tell you why. She's sitting in the other room. There you go. Never give up. Never quit. That's good. We love lurkers here, Castle. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. And yeah, get that homework done. You're almost done. Just think, you see the finish line. It's in sight. So, yep. And Whoopa says watching in the stands live is always better, in your opinion. Yeah, I do. There are some games though that hey, yeah, yep, I know. Oh, they but the stands, it goes with like I said, just there's something about being at a game there, getting a concession, getting your drink, getting your hot dog, whatever it is, whatever you want to go enjoy. Because, you know, March Madness, like I said, the events here are full day events. You know, you got football games, you got band, especially college games where you got the bands and such heated rivalries and stuff like that, that just add so much to the atmosphere by being there. See, what I loved was minor league baseball, and I think the missus will agree with me on this, is that we loved it before our team got the city grew and they decided to build a new modern stadium and stuff. We liked the old dumpster um, stadium. That's where our kids grew up. I mean, literally, we took them all the time to minor league baseball. We could afford it as a family. We went. Parking wasn't outrageous. We could actually eat dinner there and all. Tuesday night family feast nights for 50-cent hot dogs and drinks and ice cream treats. You know, it was, you know, and you lose that stuff over time. But when the missus and I were dating, we'd still go out there. Love that daggum game. You love extra inning games to like 2 o'clock in the morning or one. Yeah, sometimes one push two though. About one of those 19 inning affairs. Of course, nowadays they're trying to shorten everything. But you know what? Dang it! I want my money for what I said. I like it too. For one, play me 18 innings for one admission. So, but yeah, I agree though with stands, and I think it depends on the events. You know, some of the pro sports maybe like I'm not as jacked for going to a pro football game, but maybe it's because the last few times that I went, the team really stunk. But there is something to be said still that you're in a stadium with people around you. I just pro sports I'm more for at home. I like the colleges in person. And Mrs. said it was so much fun. It was the atmosphere that made it. Yeah, I know it really is. And the new stadium tore all the whatever was great about it because now you got a beer garden in left field, you know, and you got kids' bounce houses everywhere. And just like, you know, our kids went and they had to sit between us. I was on one end, Mrs. was on the other end, and the kids stayed between us. You know, you could corral them like that. It was fun. We had friends around us and it was all good. And like I said, it was cheap, but it was nice on those days. Yes, and the missus is right. The yuppie hubs. Yeah, everywhere you find where alcohol is being served, there's a yuppie hub. And I'm not against people drinking. You know, that's not my point. My problem is when at our local baseball stadium, it's like friggin' legalized loitering. It's like get your stuff and go sit down. Don't sit there blocking the friggin' aisles because y'all want to stand and talk. Just friggin' go to your seats and sorry. I guess it's Dad Man Unplugged rambling tonight. Well, I guess it's gonna. That's good. Yep, 9 of y'all victims are still here. Thank y'all. I appreciate it because I and stuff like that. Mrs. Yeah, it was actually exactly the yuppie hubs and Whoopa. You're right. I've been out of Major League Baseball for so many years, and one of the reasons why because it breaks my heart when I see Wrigley Field, especially at night with all the daggum billboardage. Is Manfred? Is it Manfred? And is he the one? No, I'm thinking Selig. Wasn't it Selig that? Which one ended up the All-Star game in a tie? Was that Selig or was it Manfred? But yeah, this guy was no better than this guy was no better. No better than the last. But I love it. Give me a Bart Giamatti again. Hey, quick. Bart Giamatti was the Major League Baseball commissioner who banned Pete Rose. Name his actor's son. Mrs. says, Yuppie Hubs. Castle. I love it, Castle. Lurking with homework and still chimes in with powerful stuff. Yuppie Hut. Going to borrow that phrase. Please do. Just give Mrs. the credit on that. So, Yuppie Hut. Oh, that's hilarious. Yuppie Hub. You can either borrow either Yuppie Hub or Yuppie Hut. Either one. And like the missus was saying here, we'd love to go to Orlando when they were there. It was a double A team affiliate of the Tampa Bay Rays. They played at Wide World Disney on Disney. Nobody went to the damn games. Before they were at Tinkerfield, downtown Orlando. They moved them out to Disney. People still didn't go. We went down there for our local team, was a road game. And we were about 3 rows back with some friends of ours from Jacksonville. And our player ended up hitting a ball off the wall, got a double leadoff bat, first pitch. We screamed. Half the dugout from the visiting team, our team, came up the stairs and looked back like, what the hell was that? Because they didn't think anybody was going there making any noise, and it was for them. So at the end of the game, boy, they come up to us, and the kids got bats, they got balls. And I will say, because the few kids otherwise that were around were starting to come over, those players really looked out for our kids because they were like, no, this goes to them and stuff like that. But it was traveling on the road was nice. We did a double A game up in Sevierville with the Suns played a double the Cub affiliate up there. That was a wonderful ballpark up there. Just quaint, no frills. Wasn't the best, biggest, but it was a nice stadium. Just the food was affordable. The tickets, parking, it wasn't a hassle, and it was in the touristy area. So, and that's a lot of what you've lost over the years. Selig was the tie. Okay, Selig was the tie. Yeah, and it got no better after Selig. So who knows who Bart Giamatti was the commissioner that banned Pete Rose. Who is his famous actor's son? The commissioner was named Bart Giamatti. And yeah, we love the road trips on that, miss, definitely. And Whoopa, this is why you take shots outside the stadium and stuff. You're getting a lot cheaper that way. Oh, yes. Or you get creative. Like some people can get very creative with ways of getting stuff in these days. So, Yep. So we've hit some baseball right there. Do y'all have memories of baseball? Memories of some sporting events? Things like that. I'm just confirming something real quick. Let's see. Now let's see. Actually, I did not know this. I need to read it for one moment just to make sure I got. Wow. Yes. Actually, Bart Giamatti had 2 actors' sons. One of them that I knew about and another that I did not know about that is known for playing in CBS drama Judging Amy. Well, Bart Giamatti, the son I was thinking of was Paul Giamatti. And if you know Paul Giamatti from a lot of different movies that you've seen him in and even commercials here. But he's also the father of Marcus Giamatti. Wow, but who's Paul's son, who's Paul's brother. So, wow. And Bart Giamatti was president of Yale and eventually Major League Baseball commissioner. Wow. Interesting. How about that? Let's see. You were in the house for Pujols' 702nd homer. I bet that was an awesome event. But those are great memories. Yeah. Where were you when things like that happened? Let me say hi to Steve Mitchum. Hey, Maddie's daddy. Lurk away, buddy. Lurk away. Love the lurkers. Thank you tonight. Appreciate you being here. We're just kind of having a general chat about things, anything. If there's a comic or something you want to talk about, I'll talk something the best I can. We're just kind of having a chill stream and relaxed time tonight together. But yeah, see, my favorite baseball memory was that I got to see Michael Jordan actually play baseball for he waved at a ball with the bat with the Birmingham Barons. He hit the ball to the outfield, but that was about it. So I will tell you that old stadium was packed, and they packed so many people in that day. It was amazing what they did, what he did with bringing crowds here and stuff. Howdy, Atwood. Hope you're doing well tonight. Good to see you. But yeah, that was my favorite. I think baseball memory. Probably the missus' favorite was the time we went to a Florida Marlins game before they moved to Miami, and she had to drive back in the monsoon rain that because I wasn't seeing well that night, and I was half asleep anyway. So that was a crazy, crazy time. Someone didn't click the like button. Thank you, Steve. Glad you're here to remind everybody to click the like button. Hey, and subscribe while you're at it if you haven't on this YouTube side, and follow us on the Twitch side. Absolutely. Love it. Love it. Atwood, you're doing well. Finally day off work. Yay. Back to work tomorrow. Well, hey, glad you're working though. Good. So that's a good thing. Whoopa's saying, I got to watch the first XFL kick return for a touchdown. The crowd was wild for the St. Louis Battlehawks. That's cool. Is that the old XFL that came up a few years ago that made one season? Because aren't they bringing the XFL back? I know it's been around in some form, so I'm kind of at a loss exactly where they are these days. So, but hey, oh man, let's see we'll see what else there is. But that is interesting. Well, hopefully y'all like that little bit about understanding that Paul Giamatti is son of an ex-baseball commissioner. Yeah, and I don't remember. I think I'm gonna look this. I'm gonna look about this thing because I can't remember. Bart Giamatti died while still being baseball commissioner, or 1989. He died in 1989. So I served. That's right. And Whoopi, I don't know. You might not have been born for this, but Giamatti served as commissioner for only 5 months before dying suddenly of a heart attack. He's the shortest tenured baseball commissioner in sports history, and the only holder of the office not to preside over a full Major League Baseball season. Wow. Yeah. So that I forgot about that part of it. He was really. I forgot how short it was. So, Whoopa said, yeah, the XFL came back for a season, did really well, but then the Rona hit, yeah. And now they're back this season, yeah. And I think the USFL was another old football league that revived last year. And they played all their games, I think, in Birmingham or somewhere. Even though they were just tied to cities and stuff, they played in one location pretty much for the whole year. Whole season. So, but yeah, but that's interesting. Do they still have the crazy rules like the running out to midfield, fighting over the ball, or some of the other stuff? Because that was one of the things that sounded good with them, that they would be they were unique. That was not just your normal football type events. They're just boring, just typical run-of-the-mill football. Nah, not as many crazy rules, but still got some of them. Well, that's a cool thing. I don't know if anybody's familiar with, and I'm sorry we're taking more of a sports term, but we'll go where it is. And if there's something else y'all want to talk about, I'll talk whatever we can. But talk about crazy rules in sports. Has anybody if you're familiar with arena football? Specifically the old Arena Football League, because we had a team that was in that league before it went bankrupt for the second time. What was so cool about that? I knew one time when I went by myself, and I don't remember why I went by myself, or if I went with, I don't know, the missus or somebody else, but I was struck by it. It was, to me, it was like a combination of WWE, football, and hockey. You had the WWE showman aspect with the screaming, the loud noise, the MC, the loud rock music, the fire. You had the football because of what's being played on the field, and then you had the hockey because of banging into the boards and stuff like that. What was neat with it in the AFL, which there are other indoor football leagues, but they don't have the same. There was a trademark the AFL had on the nets. That's what always attracted me to it, was the nets. When you kick a ball off and it hits the nets, it's a live ball. You miss a field goal, it bounces off. Somebody's got to be there to return it. One of the darndest plays I'd ever seen was when one of our local teams was in the championship game. It was a San Jose team had just scored. You kick off from your own goal line. They kicked the ball off from its goal line, hit the crossbar. Okay, hit either crossbar or the metal at the bottom of one of the nets. It banged off, came 20 yards back upfield. A guy for San Jose caught it. The kicking team caught it in mid-run, did not even slow down, caught it and ran right in for a touchdown. I mean, now that's a game for you. That is a game for that. When things like that can happen. The CDL, which is the CDL? Only thing I can think of is a commercial driver license when I see CDL. What is CDL? And I can tell you, I may not have, that doesn't ring a bell. Hey, but I'm the guy that also everybody calls refers to RPGs, and I'm still thinking you're talking about rocket propelled grenades. So go figure. I'm definitely way behind the time with that. Let's see. And yeah, for a bit, the stuff was crazy. Miss it. Those were the best games. It was, I mean, the MCs here would heckle the other team. That was so cool, as it was all allowed. I remember the missus like, you did a good play, but we got the ball. And she reminds me of that when the announcer said one time. Again, that is a case. If you want to watch a sport, indoors is where you got to be, and closer to the field is even better. We did sit on the front row one time. We actually got to talk to the official. He explained some stuff to us, and one of the players came over and signed a jersey and did all kinds of stuff like that. That type of thing. It was really, really neat that to have a game. Yeah, one kid went to camp. The other one got a treat of a front row, got her favorite player to sign the jersey. It was really, really neat to see. And Atwoods is Call of Duty League. Starting investing Atlanta, Florida bar. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah, competitive gaming is not my kind of thing, but it's up there with football there. Yeah, I know it's getting popular. I know some of the cable shows have had late night. I think TBS or one of them have had some late night competitive gaming shows on before. So it's there is definitely a market, and it is something that's up and coming. But they if you like gaming, I try to get the kids to watch it with me, but they never really got into it. So I guess there's one thing about gaming I've found is it's like playing sports in a way. I still watch some YouTubes. I still watch some people that stream Fortnite, and I love everybody coming to watch me too. And I hope everybody keeps doing that and all that. But it's almost like though, like if I'm at work, I can watch the stream or listen to the stream some. I don't mind, and I watch bits of streams, especially if I know somebody's on or a friend of mine's on, things like that. But I kind of look at the video games type thing of being like regular sports. Well, in regular sports, who wants to ride the bench? Who wants to sit on the pine? You want to be out there. You want your name card. You want to be doing it. You want to be playing. And that's kind of the way I am with Fortnite nowadays. It's like, hey, I got the blood up. I'm ready to go fight. I don't need to sit on the sideline. I got things to do, places to go, people to see. women to say hi to, and like Mrs. Dabman Walking, love you. Oh, having some fun with my wife tonight. But it's but it's just like you like to be involved and not just sitting on the side. So and I do agree with you. I've watched a little bit though, Atwood. It is interesting and it is hard to watch sometimes when you're used to playing. But it's when they take it serious, when they actually team up and do things like that. Yeah, that's I can understand, and that's really cool that they do a draft and everything. That makes it even better, I think. Because they're really taking it serious with that. So we'll see if there's any other funny stuff out here real quick. Well, I rest my throat for a second, so. Okay. This one I got to show the picture. All right. Let me say this. Whoopa says, I like to watch people play games, but I haven't done much esports. Yep. We got to get you into Fortnite too one day, Whoopa. It'll be cool. Yesterday, I did a 3.5-hour recording session so I can make a video for my Fantasy Football League's 10th anniversary. Awesome. I did not know you ran a fantasy. I think you talked about it, but I didn't realize you ran it. That's dedication. That takes a lot of time too. I'm sure you get a lot of people unhappy with you at times. I've got stories for you on pools and stuff. But let's do this. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me get with this video. The picture, at least. I'm not going to play the video, but I'll read the headline. Let y'all see what you think of it. Quote, I think it is sending a message, end quote. Florida man fills pothole with banana tree. There. A Florida man tired of having to fill potholes on the street near his business decided to switch things up by planting a banana tree in one. And then Fort Myers said he's seen potholes swallow cars near his fitness business. When the county told him the responsibility to keep the roads in good condition falls on the business owner, he took it upon himself to fill holes in the street and planted a banana tree right in the middle. If we have to maintain it and make sure nobody gets hurt, we're going to put something obvious there to make sure nobody gets in the hole. There you go. Now, see, this is a case of Florida man actually doing something really good and useful. A good Florida man story. This is what we need more of the Florida man stuff here. He was ingenious and came up with a great solution. And hey, let me just remind everybody, make sure you like the video, sub. If you haven't, follow us on Twitch. We've got 10 people still watching us. Hey, thank you. We're just chatting tonight. If you're out there, you want to say something, we may talk about it. We've talked about gaming. We've talked about baseball. We've had some Florida man stories. Just doing a bit of every little thing tonight. Just having some fun together. Probably go a little bit longer. But thanks for y'all's patience. It's you're welcome. We finally found the way to get to your the right channel you used. So pick one. Some of us can't keep up with people with multiple channels, but yes, you're welcome. Use it with pride. Use it with all seriousness. Okay. Okay, one more Florida man story. Then we had to find something different. Florida man wielding sword sets fire in roadway. Floods booking office after arrest, please say. Here's the picture. Authorities in Brevard County said that arrived a fire in a Titusville road and found a man holding a sword and drinking alcohol. Police said the fire was in front of the home, and when they arrived, he was holding the sword and had a knife in his waistband. They also said he began chugging from a half-gallon sized Captain Morgan Spice rum bottle when they arrived. They couldn't provide an answer why he started the fire in the road. Well, they didn't. This is not the complete. This can't be. That's not the whole article. Then, dang it. Let's see. Let me do this. Let me remove that. Let me make sure this goes to a good link. Ta-da! I caught myself right there. All right. Okay, well, let's look at the full story here. Oh my gosh. All right. Authorities said they arrived to 4 feet high flames in Brevard County roadway. Found a man holding a sword and alcohol. Hey, it's 2:12 a.m. Hey, Brian, good to see you tonight. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you get a few laughs here while we're here. Whoopa says, I really think Florida's where I belong. Hey, we got plenty of room for everybody here. And Atwood laughs. So, okay. So, according to police, the fire was in front of a man's home who they visited around 5 times in the past 6 months for illegal burns, ranging from being on the sidewalk to taking up the whole street. So they said when he was sitting in the front yard, holding a sword in his hand, a knife waistband, then he actively began drinking in front of them and chugging from a half-gallon sized Captain Morgan spiced rum. Authorities say he dropped the knife and sword when asked, but he could not provide an answer as to why he started the fire in the roadway. He was arrested and taken to the police department. Police say while the man was in a holding cell, he intentionally broke a fire sprinkler's head, causing water to flood the cell and booking room. Eventually transferred to the Brevard County Jail. Oh, man. Wow. So that's how he flooded the place. Break the fire alarm. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. That was an interesting booking image. I tell you, a few of these I had to show the images because it was just like, just they could not be described any way else. So that is awesome. Some great stories tonight. Oh my goodness. So hey, let me get a little sip of water now. Man. Yeah, the booking photos. Yeah, booking photos really you can have a lot of fun with them. I think one of the funniest stories I ever saw was that somebody with a last name. Actually, hold on. This is probably one of the funniest stories that I've got. Let me bring it up here. Because I've shared this one with another streamer who's used it on their show. So, all right. Hey, Caden. Hey, Caden, welcome tonight. Hey, how are you today? Doing something a little different tonight. All right. Well, the headline on this one is drunk driver named Booze busted for allegedly crashing into Taco Bell sign. Yep. Drunk driver named Booze busted for allegedly crashing Taco Bell sign. Named Booze, and she was intoxicated as she driving drunk. Florida woman with last name Booze was busted for driving drunk after she allegedly slammed her car into a Taco Bell sign and sped off. She was arrested when an officer spotted her allegedly speeding through 2 red lights at 10:20 p.m. The normal things that happens. Booze, who worked at the Taco Bell where she crashed, was charged with DUI, leaving the scene, blah, blah, blah. That's, I think, the kicker to me also. Not only the name was the hitting the place she worked at. Talk about getting back at your employer. Oh, I'm sure she didn't work there much longer. Doing pretty good tonight, Caden, and glad you're doing well yourself. Yes, that's what I loved about it, too. The name was priceless with this. That and running into your own employers, running into your own place of business. That was awesome. So she made a run to and from the border. Yes, exactly. Hey, we got to have your Taco Bell. You got to have it, Oh, man. I guess that's another way you could call it crash the border. I don't have sound effects. I can't do it. Oh, my gosh. We're back up to 10 of y'all. Hey, make sure you liked and subscribed on our YouTube side and follow us on the Twitch side. Glad to see a lot of y'all on the Twitch side tonight, too. Appreciate y'all being over there. Probably plan on doing some stuff Twitch exclusive soon coming up. But yeah, it's been a fun night so far. I'll probably go ahead and start to wrap up in a few minutes, but I'm amazed I've gone this long. We've managed to find lots of stuff to talk about with a chill chat. Um, like to new people coming in, if there's some of interest, we talked gaming, we talked baseball, we talked sporting events. If there's something that I like that's reasonable that we can talk about, then maybe there's something that you got. We can try to address it, talk about it for a little bit. We can see if Brian Hepburn can keep making nice comments about running for the border, 2 in front of the border. Excuse me. That was awesome, Brian. Thank you. Yeah. I can't think of stuff as quickly as some of you guys. Let's see. Let me do. One thing we have not talked too much about tonight is food. Yeah, our good. Hey, you're still there, Yemi, before bedtime. Thanks for being cognizant of the old folks. Yes, I'm one of those old folks, but I defy old. 24 hours, dude. Next time I have it, you got to come on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Brian. Well, go back and watch the replay. It's been fun. I'm going to stay around a few more minutes. Hope you stay with me a little bit. We'll have some fun. And Yemi, don't worry. I'm not going to be like Booze was at the former employer. So, or at the employer. So, my good friend, one of our mods of the channel, Jess, is always hitting me up with great food images, new products coming out on Twitter and stuff like that. Theme Park Casual, who was here earlier, just bust out some ridiculously awesome food pictures at the parks he goes to where he is. It's just, man, it's just amazing how much fun you can have with food. We had, let me do this real quick. Back on our Palatka stream, one of the things that we featured was a place called Angel's Diner, which is the oldest diner in Florida. They really cater to bikers. They really have a lot of little small town charm. It's more pricey than I remembered. So that was like, oh, sticker shock. But still, they make their own onion rings, and they make their own onion rings, and they make I can't remember if it's the Monster Burger or whatever, but it's a 1 pound hamburger. No, actually, I don't play Call of Duty. Others do, but I don't. That's one game I've not gotten into. I'm told to expand my horizon, but listen, I do the best I can playing Fortnite. So, and that's inflation. That's price inflation for you. Absolutely. Well, when you talk about $18 for a hamburger, but I tell you what, it was for the hell of it. So here you go. Here's the Angel's onion rings and 1 pound hamburger. So that was my burger. At 1 pound. I mean, it was, I don't know how you eat it like a sandwich, but it can be done. And like I said, those are the hand battered French fries, the onion rings there. So, and then I'm going to show you what the missus had. I was boring. I just wanted like a glorified hamburger steak. She did it. If you like cheese, this is the one for you. Cheese, and I believe those are onions under there. It might have been mushrooms too. Can't remember, but that was a huge meal for us. 1 pound hamburgers. Yep, Yemi. If we ever get to work in Palatka together, I'll take you there. I'll buy. Okay. You can quote me on that one, Yemi. All right. Wait, the patty is 1 pound. Just the meat itself is 1 pound. So that's before adding the buns and everything else to it. Oh, that's hey, and why do you think I like going to Palatka to work, Yemi? That's yep, 1 pound. 1 pound. Brian says most places here do that now as a 4 quarter-pound patty stacked instead of a huge patty with a tiny bun. LL, yeah. I liked it better like this, honestly, because see, I could eat, and I've done it before. I can eat it as a steak, like a hamburger steak, and just get some ketchup or whatever you want on the side of it. That's Atwood's Jiminy Christmas. Cheese, 2-pound burger, 1 pound cheese, 1 pound meat. Yeah, that was a ton of cheese on that sandwich. I could not believe they put, because if you look, I'm trying to blow it up. I see at least 1, 2, 3 slices, probably 4. I think at least 4 slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 5, maybe 6 slices of cheese on that. I've never seen anybody put that much cheese. Now, granted, for the price of the burger, yeah, they should put the cheese on like that. But that was quite impressive, and no bacon either. Yeah, so that's one we had on a recent Palaka stream that the missus and I did with one of our detours. So let me see. Let's see some other food. Let's see. Let me see. I'm going to try to get fun food. I mean, not just boring food. Yeah, that can happen. That can happen. Oh, let's see. Let me go here. Wow. I'm just trying to glance at a couple of them or see what we got right here. What the hell did they do to this pizza? I don't know about this one. And yeah, Caden, that is a lot of cheese. But I don't know what they did to this pizza. I can't. It looks like dill pickles on a flatbread or a thin crust pizza. Some kind of cheese. That's like, why would you put pickles on a pizza? I know about all the pineapple on pizza debate, but this is quite crazy to see that much. To see pickles on a pizza. I just does not sound like it would go well. But yeah, I don't know. What do y'all like on your pizza? I'm just boring. Give me meat, pepperoni, bacon, sausage, hamburger. If it's meat, I'm fine with it. But what, does anybody like? I've grown to tolerate peppers on my pizza. Mushrooms, no, and onions, eh. But what do y'all like on your pizza? And I showed you the other night we talked about the pig's dinner. Okay, this one I really yeah, okay, can't get there. I can't get to the site, but I'll show you this here. This conceptually is something I would like to try this one time. Of course, there goes all my dietary things and changes and all out the flipping window there. So here we go with this. It's a hot dog. We look like all this whipped cream and sprinkles with a cherry on top. Yeah. Can you? This one has me actually speechless on it. I would like to try, but I would like to try this one. The combination of the whipped cream, not necessarily much the sprinkles or the cherry, but just oh god, all that whipped cream on a hot dog like that. I mean, can you? That is just, I don't even can't even begin to conceive of how that would taste. So it's that is, I don't know, that one is just that one's got me stuttered and speechless. I will tell you. Yeah. All right. I need to step away for 1 second. I will be right back. Gosh, hey, that's part of multitasking, I will say. But hey, that's some very interesting stuff that we have there for now. Um, yep. Oh gosh. Yep. So yeah, we've had plenty our share of weird food over the years. The pig's dinner is one that we've talked about repeatedly on our show. How about would you like this sandwich? I mean that this looks like I think a glorif is that probably a Reuben of something. It looks like corned beef and stuff, but here you go. I mean that is just that looks like a red pepper. I think halfway up there. So, but I guess that's probably sauerkraut or something. But gosh, that is crazy, folks. Can you imagine having that kind of food? But yeah, that's oh, we got yeah. So it's pretty interesting to see with the food tonight. All right, well we've got uh we've got an hour and a half out of here. Fine, folks. Thank you for all being here. We still got 9 here with us, so I think at this point, we'll just go ahead and I think we'll call it a night. Thank you for everybody that's been here, that's come through the chat, uh, for everybody that's participated. Really appreciate your being here. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel on the YouTube side, and follow us over on Twitch. And tomorrow night, probably we'll get back to regular gaming. Exactly what, not sure yet. We'll have, like I mentioned, Friday night, we'll be back with some pro football talk at 7 p.m. Eastern. So definitely join us for that. It should be a lot of fun as we have fun talking about memories and maybe plans for this year and things like that for the final game of football this year. That's what I'm going to try to refer to as the final football game of the year. It's quite a it's going to be quite a game, I think, this year. But the question is, will there be decent halftime in game ads? Because that's been one of the topics that we kind of hit the other night. It was postulated that the commercials have not been as good as they have normally in the last few years, and that's true. It's what the missus and I have talked about that a bit. Is that it seems like in recent years the commercials have not been as good. I mean, you used to have a lot of the crazy ones, Puppy Dog Baby or whatever that one was, and you'd have other type of great ads. I mean, people talk about for days, but it seems like in recent years it's not as the ads have been kind of down. And Jess is saying, my uncle gets cheeseburger pizza that'll have pickles. Okay, that's fair. I can see that, of course, with the cheese. I could see that. It'd be kind of like, I mean, where you have a Mexican pizza too with the lettuce and tomatoes and stuff like that. It's I think the combination of it can go and make it work. The thought of pickles by themselves without something complimentary is what kind of had me kind of confused there at a point of I don't think I could handle that, but hey, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And, you have fun and enjoy whatever it is you do like, and, that's at the name of the day, that's what it is about. And I want to say, I thank you everybody again for coming through. We still got 10 people here watching. That's amazing. It's like, I don't want to close, but I do need to rest my voice. I need to move on to get some things done before bed. People like my friend Yemi out there, they turn into pumpkins at 10. So, but thank you all for being here tonight. This is kind of an unplanned, no real agenda, but just a kind of a rambling stream and just have some fun. And hopefully y'all learned a few things. Hopefully we had some good laughs. And, that's what I'm here for at the end of the day, to share some stories, have some fun together, and, just want to say thank you to all because y'all make this worth it and getting to engage with y'all and banter back and forth. And thank you for being here. And can't wait to see you at the next stream. You all have a good night. God bless. And just, just hope things go good for you. And on that note, we'll catch you later. Bye.